I'm going to build a fuzz pedal out of this little candy box. Thought that'd be a fun thing to do. I know I enjoy watching videos like that, and I've built a few of them now, so thought it'd be fun to go through that process. So I'll zoom into the desk here. And step one, I'm going to take the candy out. Put those aside. And start with the drilling stuff. So we'll just put little dots where I need to drill. So I'll put one here and one here. And come up to this section and over to this section. Okay. Grab the puncher here. This will hold the drill in place so it doesn't drift. I'm going to drill it out. Got this. Okay, check that. See how we're doing. One more. Let's try that. Maybe another one. Still tight. There we go. Let's try that. Yeah, that's good. See if we got it that time. We did. This is going to be for the switch here. This little red switch will go in this one. This will be a smaller hole. Maybe one more. See that fit? One more. Yep. All right, and now this one's going to be the little LED. So this bezel here for the LED is a little bit bigger than the switch. Try that. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so got a little brush over here. Do the cleanup. And with the tweezers, I'll pull the excess tin off of the outer edge of these drillings. Dump that. Here's my little trash can. So, clean that up. All right. What kind of parts? We've got some resistors. We've got a S9013 transistor. This little guy. I don't know if it'll focus on that, but guess not. Got a couple capacitors, an LED, and a diode, which is the 1N4148 diode. So, all right, next thing we've got to do is shape the circuit board so that it'll fit in here. It's not quite going to fit like that. And it needs to fit to where the switch can can work with it. So let's say the switch is here and the board is here. It means it needs to have a corner cut out of it. So I'll take pliers like this. I'll put this on safety. Put this away. And get going on this guy here. So first I'm just going to cut this back so it's smaller. So the dog's all excited. It means either Renee's home or the mailman is delivering mail. All right. There we go. I just want to look at it and make sure I didn't cut into any of the connections, which it looks good. And sometimes I'll file this down so it's a little nicer. Doesn't have all those little rough edges on it. Okay, so I'll get the helping hands out. These little guys here. And I'll put the circuit board in here. Start working on the circuit. Okay. Let's see if I can zoom into that. It's not a great camera for this kind of work, but oh well. All right. So what I'm going to do I'm going to put the capacitor in first here. There we go. So I'll call this the the input here, and then set my transistor in there. All right. So setting the transistor in. Okay. And then it looks like the input will come in go through that first capacitor, which is polarized, keeping the positive on the side that the input's coming in. And then that's going to go to the center, or the base, of the transistor. So let's fix that up. Be like that. And then we'll take a 10K resistor. See if I can find it. There we go. Throw that away. And basically the 10K resistor will come in here from positive. So let's get some red wire for the positive. Okay, red wire. Strip that out. I want to tin that too. So. Turn the fan on here. Go. There we go. There is our positive. Okay. I think I've got enough in there to start soldering, so. Don't be a hero. Kind of solder as you go instead of trying to do it all at the end. Right? Just kind of holding it in place with the electrical tape. Which did not work for this one. That's okay, I know where it goes. I'll put it in here. Goes right here. There we go. Tape that down. All right, let's do some soldering here. Glasses off, it's better. Alright, let's try this. There we go. Like that one could use a little more. Go. And this one is being a problem child right here. Let's try this. There we go. Alrighty. All right. So got the base hooked up. Looks like I missed one leg of the resistor, so I'll just get that on the next one, the next round. And I'm just trimming the legs of the ones that I did get. So, okay. All right, so next we're going to do the diode. Let's find that little guy. Here it is. And now this is, see, the negative also points to the base, and it comes off of that transistor that we've just introduced to the circuit. So it comes off of this into the base like that. Okay. Actually, there's something in between it, so I need to move this around. There's a little jumper that goes to the collector. So let's get that in. Let's get this the right size. Just to go from here to here. Yeah, I think that'll work. From here to here. All right, there we go. All right, yeah, let's go ahead and get that one stuck, soldered down. Alrighty. All right. I just trim these up. Throw that away. Looking good, looking good. Yep. Yep. Okay, so now, see, I can show you some of that. I guess it doesn't really want to focus. Oh well. Not the best camera for this, so. Is it focused? Okay. I may get another camera sometime soon, and one that's more prone to give good results for something like this. Okay, let me, what I need to do is ground the emitter. So here's the emitter coming out. I need to ground that. There we go. And so we're going to need black wire to ground. Well, we don't have to have black wire, but you know what I mean. It's easier to figure out what wire is what if you get your color scheme down. Alright, go ahead and tin that. Alright. Okay. So this is going to go in here. Good. And I'm going to take those down. What I like to do, I know a lot of things are grounded, so I like to start a few extra ground wires. So we'll go ahead and do that. Alright. Emitter's grounded. Let's do those extra ground wires since we know we're going to need them. I'll get a jumper and maybe go over here with some of the grounding that's going to happen. So I'll get a few more black strands here. Okay. Of course I did. Get another one. Here we go. All right. Okay. So, on here. And if it doesn't fit, I'll just trim some of it. There we go. Oh, that's gonna fit. There we go. Then take care of these. Trim that down. Good. Nice. All right. So what else do we need? Let's look at our schematic here. It's coming in, going over to there, going over to there. Over to there. The only thing is our output stage, so looks like from the collector we need to go over set this up somewhere. Set this up here, and looking at our resistors. You know what? This is supposed to be a 43. I think I modified this circuit because of the transistor I'm using, so I'm going to pull that one out and switch it for a 43. So this 10 should be a 43 instead. Just going to pull that out. Ain't no thing. There we go. Put the 43 in there instead. I forgot I had made that modification. It sounded better. So we're going to go with that. It's like it has to do with the bias and being a Nintendo focused thingamajigger. I want it to sound kind of glitchy, a little bit glitchy. So that's why. Anyway, I can use the, where's that? Here it is. It's like solder sucker. Get the excess solder out so we can start over with that piece. You know, I'm just gonna flip it over. That. Make sure I'm doing the right. Okay. Go to this one. All right. All right, so we want this here instead. Positive. There we go. That'll do it. All right. Good. Let me get this trimmed. Okay, that's better. So now let's look and see what we got left. So a 15 and a 10. Take the 15. And this is going from the collector into our capacitor here. So basically, if I put this here, that would be okay. And then I would just use a jumper to get over to it, like this. Get the tweezer. There we go. Pretty good. All right, let's see if that falls out. Not too bad. Oh, there's one more. All right. A phone call. Hello.
I'm going home.
Dawn, you're on YouTube.
Huh?
You're on YouTube. Say hi. No, I'm making
Say
a YouTube
hi.
making a YouTube video.
Oh, my bad.
No, you're fine. Say hi.
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 Coming home from work.
Oh, good. That'll be fun.
That'll be fun. It's fun to be done with work.
Yep. For the weekend?
Yep.
Kind of.
Done for the week.
Kind of.
True. Well, I'll see you in a bit.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. All right. Okay. All right, so this goes to ground. Basically the little, the 15 is to help control the volume, and then the 10 that goes to ground is a part of that as well. So instead of using a potentiometer, we're fixing the volume. Aiming for unity gain, but it'll be a little off. These things are never perfect. Alright. And then need another jumper for ground. So here's ground. Let's see. I need maybe one of these green ones would be better. Need to go all the way. Well, here's ground. You go all the way from here over to there. Maybe I need a blue one. You know what? I'm just gonna grab a wire and do it. A custom size wire here. Twist that. You need to come all the way from here over to here. All right. Right. This just needs to be trimmed. Alrighty. So now what we got? I'll do an output. Let's do an output wire. I always like to use blue for the output. I think that's possibly backwards from how a lot of people do this, but oh well. I do input yellow and output blue, which I think may be different from how others do it, but oh well. As long as I know, you know, I guess it's I'll research it and find out. I can change it in case somebody has to open it up and work on it. I just don't think that's a concern right now for me. Maybe later it will be though. Alright. So output is going to go here. That. Input is going to go here. That. Didn't wait long enough. Got to heat up that pad and didn't wait long enough. There we go. Voice. All right. So we got to do our LED. Got a little yellow LED here somewhere, right here. This little yellow LED. How are we doing on time? Put my glasses on. Got about 17 minutes till the tape runs out. Alright. So I like to use a 2K resistor, which I should have one of those around here somewhere too. I may have dropped that. Let's see if I dropped that. I'm not seeing it. My 2K resistor. Oh well, I did another one, I guess. It'll show up later, but I'll get another one for now. Okay. Let's do the LED. Cut these down. So you gotta put the resistor so that it doesn't burn out. If you can see. Okay. little heat shrink here. That's a good one. Not too long. There we go. And shrink that down. Okay, that'll work on the negative. Go. There's our LED. So just trim that. I'm going to attach this to our board. Positive to positive. Like so. And let me tape that down. There we go. Okay. Very good. All right, so now we just start. We got to hook it up to the switch here, which can be a little tricky if you don't know how to do it. But it's a true bypass wiring, so let's figure some things out here. Positive is going to come from our battery. Let's get the battery involved. Okay. Here's our battery. I don't need that much slack, so a little extra wire we can use on something if we need it. And let's grab see if we can't link these together here. You know what? We're gonna probably want some of this on there. I'm gonna put this on ahead of time so we can use it later as a cover for that other wiring, so it's not exposed. If it's exposed, it can short something out. Oh, come on. Let me turn that down a bit. All right. It's too much solder. It's not. Let's trim it down some more. Not covering it up. There we go. That's good. So now we've got our positive power going to the board. This is what we want. And we don't want the negative and positive going to the board all at the same time, all the time. In other words, I don't want to connect this directly. We're gonna use that little switch here, connect it to the middle leg, and that way it only applies the power. It completes the circuit when the guitar cable's plugged in. So that's where we connect the battery negative. There we go. Okay. And then the board, it's going to have some grounding as well. So let me think this through here. One thing for sure, this goes to the middle, so we'll just start there. For true bypass, you want the board's ground to go to the middle, so that if you're in bypass mode, it will silence the circuit. Alright, looking for it. Here it is. There we go. Okay, and I know that the negative part of the LED is going to go to the top of the switch. Like this. Get this. I'm going to get it, what do you call it, tinned, so that none of the little hairs reach out to other areas and short stuff out. There we go. Okay. Okay. Good. All right. So, all right, let's do these. So one of these, doesn't really matter which one because ground is all connected, so it doesn't really matter which one. But it's got to go here. And what that does is that when the guitar cable's plugged in, it connects the battery's negative terminal to the board through this jack right here. Give it a second, so it'll stick. There we go. Nice. While we're at it, we can, this is our input, so we can go ahead and do this. I am running out of time on my tape. All right. All right. Okay, so then the board's input goes here into this top left corner of the switch, like so. Okay, and then we need a little jumper that takes that and connects it to the ground of the bypass mode. It silences the circuit so we don't have noise flying into the amp in bypass mode. All right. Hook that up. I'll get this. There we go. Let's get that hooked up. nice. Could use a small trimming right here. There we go. But that looks good. Okay. All right, then our input jack, which is here, connects to the side of our switch. Like so. All right. And this goes here. And the output up to the switch. We are almost done. After this, just a jumper and assembly, and we're done. All right. So we are just about done here. I've hooked up the output, as you can see, to the side of the switch. So I just need one jumper here on the bottom of the switch, and our circuit is complete, and we can test it. So I like to test it before I house it. So let's put this, tell you what, I'm going to trim this up. Take your time, Joel. Take your time. All right, I'm going to put this here and this one here. There we go. All right. Trim that up a little bit, even though I already did. I don't want them to touch the other wires, so I'm just gonna make sure they can't. that. There's our circuit. So now we can test it. Just put the battery in. If it blows up. Oh wait, I'm missing a ground. So yeah, it's for the output. Now I will say this is optional. This is optional, but it's also a nice little safety net in case one of the other one falls off, so one of the other ones fall off or something, and just increase your chances of it being lower noise. Even though Fuzz by nature is a noisy pedal, it's kind of ironic that we care about the noise. But there's good noise and bad noise, I guess. All right, here we go. All right. So, where's our output? Here it is. Okay. Go in here. I can shape this a little. Some people like to make a mechanical connection on these things because, you know, if they're at a gig kicking it around or whatever. But honestly, the solder holds very strong. I mean, if the solder comes off, you're going to have a problem anyway with or without the mechanical connection. So I don't care too much about it. I've asked on forums about that and stuff, and there seems to be a consensus that people like to use it, but it's not necessary. All right, let's test it. This is our output. This is our input. Okay. Here's our on and off switch, and here's our battery. Getting the LED, see that? On and off. It's a good sign. Turn the amp on over here. Getting signal. That's good. See what this thing sounds like. Absolute nothingness. We have a short. Gotta find it. I don't know what it needed. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna pause the camera and try to find it. All right, so I figured out what the issue was, and after reflowing the solder and checking the resistors and making sure the transistor was in the right orientation and all that stuff, we've been doing beep tests on the inputs and outputs. I had the guitar cables swapped. I had the in the out and the out and the in. And the reason we were still hearing the bypass signal is because it'll still work if you have those cables swapped when the circuit's not engaged. Because if you think about it, it bypasses the circuit altogether. So if you were to swap it, it would just bypass that circuit. So it's like if you take a cable and you put it in the amp and the other one in your guitar, and then you take that out and you swap it, so you put this side in the amp and this side in the guitar, it still works. So that's why it almost acts like an extension without the circuit in it at all when the circuit's off. So you'll still hear the sound in bypass mode, but I had these swapped. So now we can verify that. Let me get the guitar here. And this is the bypass signal. Turn it on. Pretty solid connections and stuff, so now we just have to house it. We'll house it in the little box here. So to do that, I just got to pull these cables out and let's get started. And get all the excess metal out. This is your chance. Your chance to clean it up. Alrighty. So, where shall we start? There's the input. I'll put that through first.
It's okay, we win this round, we win. It's okay, if you make it go, we win.
Alright.
Yeah. Have I been muted this whole time?
Oh, I've been muted this whole time. I've been talking for like 4 rounds.
That's so sad. If we make it over.
It's pretty tight.
On breach, they're all there, all me. 80 on breach.
Putting the switch on now.
Eyes get off this.
The first little bolt helps you decide how much of that you want to poke through the casing. The washer, then the grip washer. And I've got some other washers that are nice for this. Let me get one. It's called an M6 for the switch, so I think it's this one here. Yeah. So I can't remember which one is on. We should probably figure that out. So remember, we've got the wiring that requires the cable to be plugged in to see the power on. So I'll plug it in. Okay, so that's up. That just helps me know when this light comes on, the orientation for the switch. Okay, so it's currently off. So that means it goes like this. Yeah, I'll just remember that it's currently off. I think I'll do that in a minute because I want to put the battery in first. This is when it comes time to change the battery, it's not going to be super easy, but it will be doable. You just would need to muscle it out from underneath this stuff, but you can certainly change the battery. Good thing about Fuzz is it doesn't suck out too much battery power. So I've got a Fuzz pedal in there that I think has had a battery in it for years and it still works. Okay, go ahead and put this on.
Wait, yeah, hold the It's guys. It's
Okay.
sad 'cause I'm negative, but like,
Next, the battery goes in.
it's really like,
That just kind of sits in there diagonally, like that. Okay,
let me get
then put this in there. Remember, it's off right now, so make sure it's on the off downward pointing position here. We'll put our nice washer on here. M6s, I ordered those special for these. And this might be the wrong one. Let me check. I thought that was the right one. It's in here somewhere. Let me see. Maybe it's not this corner. Maybe it's this corner. I remember it being in the corner. I bet it's this one. Yeah, that looks good. All right, just tighten that down. I'll zoom back in. Let's see how far we want to zoom.
40 on reach, 40 on reach.
How about that? That's pretty good.
Oh, so close. My bad. I used so much ammo on that. That's my fault.
If you hear voices in the background, it's my son playing Fortnite. He's in here too. We spend time together. It's a quality time, right? All right.
Bro, there's the train.
Let's put the LED bezel. Now, with this thing, I probably should have put the plastic holder on it too. They have these little plastic holders, but instead of unsoldering and switching to that, I'll just glue it in. That's okay too. That looks nice.
Oh. My fault. I knew you were gonna go. I didn't know we had that playing outside. The bird's party.
All right.
Okay. Watch this. Watch me.
Kind of old-fashioned using the pliers to tighten this down. There's just not a lot of
149 on the dot. 149.
options for this. It's such a tight fit for this little tin box. It's fun though, isn't it? It's a fun little thing to have on your desk.
Just print
You know, it's like
close right.
a little thing to talk about if you're having a party.
This up.
All right.
Bro, we're just giving this man free RR.
I feel like
I
it's not perfect, and let me
hit him 149.
just
on the
loosen
dot.
it a little
So
bit to
mad.
get this covered up. That's better. We'll tighten it back. we go. That looks better. Okay,
I feel like
so here's where we're at with that. If you can see that. And the back, that's your output. So then, yeah, the LED goes in here like this. I'll go ahead and straighten this back out. I'll send that up through like that. I'm going to glue it down. I'll move the camera a little bit. Get my glue. This is what I use. It's like Gorilla Glue. Anyway. Just a little goes a long way with this. It'll harden in a day, and take a jackhammer to get it off. Alright. Take a little piece of trash and spread that. Position the LED how we want it. That looks pretty good. Nice and centered.
right there on your right.
And then that may move, and we'll just fix it again right now. And then you just kind of
Good shot.
put this in there. But the other thing I want to do is
Hey, GG's, guys.
keep the sides from touching. So, tell you what, I'm gonna use scissors for this.
What are you gonna go to? Bro, I
Get
thought
that
you were
glue
gonna
back.
take out the 7 there. But we make it.
This is something new I'm trying. Let's see if this.
13 RR. Okay, so our guys installed and our
Yeah, I would like for that to not be exposed to the sides of the tin, so that way it doesn't short if somebody picks it up wrong or something, you know, or falls, and then it shifts so that it stops working because of a short. This will just help prevent that. Okay. And I think I'll do this side too, for good measure. There we go. A little bit of glue. I'll put this over here so it doesn't make a mess. Spread this out a little bit. And put that on like this.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, Split is a golden
Okay. And one more thing I'm going to do. Get some of this double-sided tape. And just gonna put this on the back. Prevent this from touching stuff.
Do we actually? That is. No shot they did.
That's pretty good. Just puts a little pressure here. And this is not going to be conductive or anything, so it's not going to cause circuit problems. Kind of helps prevent circuit problems. Alright, let me trim. pretty good.
Low-key, yeah, they're gonna do that.
Okay, flip this back.
I mean, they're also all three already off the track.
Oh yeah. Tell you what, I'm gonna get this fixed.
No, he's got close. Okay, he's good. He's good. I'm smoking dark side. Dead on second. Did I just die? Good try. We're the only ones that got kills that one.
That should do it.
Close. Like,
How to get the thing shut.
yeah. Okay.
It all fits in there. It's just not the prettiest. You know, I think it would take more time to make it really nice. But who cares? It doesn't matter. If it looks nice on the inside of the box. Okay, let's see. Yeah, it shuts. Feels nice and solid too. Alright, so now it's all set up. LEDs looking good. Let me just make sure it's centered, because that glue will dry wherever it's stuck. So that's stuck in the center. Perfect. Looks great. So if I turn it on, you get nothing, right? But if I plug it in, then turn it on, I get a light. That's what you want. And we'll give it one last test. So we can do the victory dance here. I think we're done. This time I'll remember output, input. There we go. Grab the guitar. Zoom out a bit. Try a different pickup. We'll go with the middle ones here. And try the neck pickup. Got some sustain on it. It's got some sustain. Getting glue on the guitar. This is a mess. What a mess. Where is it? Man, that is some hardcore glue right there. It has already turned into cement. Come on. There we go. All right. Get that out. Awesome. So,
Oh my gosh.
if you're interested in buying this one, I'll have it on reverb for 40. But if you send me an offer for 30, I'll send it your way.